Hi everyone, welcome to Module 8. As most of you, so I want to give you a few updates. As most of you know, we had to change things around because we are no longer doing the 15 weeks, we're doing the 14 weeks. So if I just wanted to show you on D2L, under the assignment checklist, I have modified things there for you. Nothing crazy, but I want to definitely show it to you. Okay, so we just came off of Module 7, which was the scholarly sources in APA format. And then here we are in Module 8. So in Module 8, I'm going to talk to you about Part 1 of your final. I also want to give you a little heads up about the week afters. Following this week. So your vaccination presentations are due on July 1st, and that it should be in Module 9, and there's a place there for you to upload that. Remember, it's just that one question. Make sure that you have your sources, an APA citation on the last slide. If you have any questions or if you have any problems, let me know. I've been going through those as they've been coming in, and so far they look really good. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is, okay, so I'm going to give you, I'm going to tell you about Part 1 today, and then I will actually make it available for all of you to see on July 1st. And then you will have 7 days, so you're going to have a whole week to actually complete Part 1 of the final. And as you can probably tell, it's going to be, obviously, it's a take-home. Part 2 of the final, and this is where I had to change dates. So before Part 2 was going to be given, Part 2 is going to be given on the 7/29, but because we're only doing the 14 weeks, I moved that for you, okay? I thought it would be easier to move Part 2 of the final than it would be to actually move the annotation or anything like that. So I moved that to, it's going to be available on ExamSoft, and again, I do not foresee any of you having a problem with it, but that's that's going to be available on ExamSoft from July 8th until July 22nd. So you're going to have a good amount of time to do it. None of the questions are timed or anything like that. I don't do a gotcha. I don't want any of that. Again, this is really learning just the basics, the fundamentals of how to do research. So again, I changed that for you. For Module 11, I will have a link that I will send to you on the 15th. And I also have put in time in here for you to actually work on your presentation and work on your annotation. The other change that I've made is in the beginning, and I will show this to you. In the beginning, I asked you to do a voice thread. We're not going to do that this time. This time it's simply going to be your presentation and your annotation. And I'm going to show those different things to you. Again, I tried to make things a little easier for you, especially towards this end. I know a lot of you are moving and getting your stuff together. So I wanted to be as stress-free, if that's even possible, as I could be. So again, your presentations are going to be due on, there's a module for that, and they're due between 7/29 and 8/4. Those dates actually stayed from before, and then your annotation is due on the 5th. And again, that date has changed. So really the only dates that have really made a difference here are the Part 1 of the final and Part 2 of the final, okay? All right. Now, I want to go and talk to you about the musculoskeletal research topic. Okay, so right here, musculoskeletal research assignment. And I've had a few questions about this. So again, you will write an annotated bibliography consisting of 6 sources. Each source must relate to your final developing question, your final concept block, and your final search string. So if you look here, and this is where the questions come, you should have a question for each of these areas. So you should have a question for conservative care, a question for allopathic care, a question for the philosophy and history, a question for the treatment and protocol. Again, these 4 we did together, so I know the majority of you already have those questions. And then you were to come up with a management of condition of conservative or allopathic, that question on your own. And you were also to come up with the relevant anatomy or other parts. You were to come up with that question on your own. So altogether, you should have 6 questions. Okay, and let me know if you have any problems with that or any questions about that. But again, it should be 6 questions, and those questions should relate to these 6 areas. Okay? All right. Additionally, here I say that you're going to be using a PowerPoint and VoiceThread. You are not going to be using VoiceThread. You do not have to use VoiceThread. I just want the PowerPoint. Again, I'm trying to make it a little easier for you. I know that some of you had some problems or issues with VoiceThread, so I'm trying to make things as easy as possible. I know all of you can do PowerPoint. And then you are going to upload that on D2L as well. So let's go back to the table of contents. Okay. All right, here we are, table of contents. Again, remember, everything is here for you. We are on, well, let me show you. So I want to go to, we're on Module 8. We're going to get back to that in a moment. I want to show you Module 9, in case you're having any problems or questions. And right here is where your PowerPoint should go, your vaccination PowerPoint. That's where it should go. If you click on there, you'll see that some people already uploaded their assignment or their question there. If you go to Module 12, and I have 12 and 13, right here is where you're going to be giving me your PowerPoint of your musculoskeletal research topic, okay? So presentation of research topic, everything goes right there. If you have any questions, please let me know and or email me. Well, how else would you let me know? You have to email me. The other thing, all right, let me show you. Like I said, for July 1st is when I'm actually going to be giving you the questions, okay? And you're going to have a whole week to answer those questions. I promise it'll be okay. You're all going to do fine. Again, I said this in an email. The grades for this class are really, really, really good. And they're better than any of the grades that I had in face-to-face. So the fact that you're doing this, and a lot of you have actually emailed me and told me that you're having that you're having fun and you're having a good time researching. I'd love to hear that. That's fantastic. So that's great. Okay, so I think that is everything that I wanted to tell you. Oh, no, here, Module 14. If you have your annotation done, I'm going to open that up on July 29th. But if you have your annotation done, if you want me to look at it, you could definitely email that to me. I've had a few of you already do that. That's not a problem. So if you have any problems, if you have any questions, always email me. All right. Now let's go to what you all actually care about, which is the announcement of part 1 of your final, which again is on Module 8. Okay. So let's go to Module 8. All right. Ignore all that stuff. Okay, right here, announcement of part 1 final. So, this is part 1 final, remote, just for you. This is individual research. The questions on your research will be given, like I said, July 1st. Everything must be emailed to me by July 8th. Okay, so those are just the formalities. And here we go. You are to do preliminary research on the topic of integrative care, and functional medicine. And then you have to take notes, okay? And what you should take notes on are these things. The difference in the definition, the terminology used and associated with the topics, subjects, and words that are used, okay, for both integrative care and functional medicine. What I would highly suggest is to go to EBSCO, put in these different words, integrative care, and then put in the word functional medicine. Check out the subjects, check out the thesaurus. Then I would also do the same thing in PubMed, and go to the mesh headings that I showed you how to do that, and see what other words and phrases are associated there. Also look at the philosophy and history of each topic. I have a lot of students in the past that said this was fascinating. So, make sure you look into that. Again, go to EBSCO, go to Gale. That's where you're going to find those things. Be sure to note your search strings as you do your research. So as I've been telling you, as we've been going through, especially in the musculoskeletal research topic in areas of 1 through 4, we have been, or the majority of you have been revising your search strings. So take note of what search strings you're actually using to find different information. And try to learn something new or gain some interesting information, which you will all do that as you research and find out about these two topics. And then ask yourself, how does this information tie in with your overall search? And are you finding what you wanted? So remember, I really put an emphasis on, having an answerable question, making sure that the information that you're finding and that you're locating is actually answering your question. So again, just kind of ask yourself and think about, how does this information kind of tie in together? You can look, like I said, at scholarly sources. So definitely look at PubMed, definitely go to EBSCO, definitely go to Gale. But you can also look at authoritative websites, okay? Nowhere on here am I going to ask you for APA citation, but you make sure you go to authoritative websites using the evaluation techniques that we talked about before. So make sure you know who the author is. Try to make sure you know where the information is coming from. So just kind of becoming critical thinkers. You're going to be required to submit your notes in a Word document with your final, okay? And try not to share these notes. So what's going to be happening is that I'm going to provide you with part 1 final, like I said, on July 1st. And then you're going to be emailing me that part 1 final and the notes that you've taken, okay? There's no way for me to police this, but I'm going to trust you. You really need to look. I would really appreciate if you went and did your research first on integrative care and functional medicine and wrote down your notes, and then you actually took the final part 1. Again, there really isn't any way for me to police this, but I really would hope that you would do that. It's going to go much faster. I promise you that, if you already have notes and things written down. All right, so that is the announcement of part 1 final. Again, that's all you have to do for this week is take your notes and do some individual research on integrative care and functional medicine. Again, look at those different areas. And then next week on July 1st, all of your vaccination presentations should be in Module 9. And I will also do a video for you talking about part 1 final. What that is, and I'm going to remind you again that it has to be emailed to me by the 8th, preferably with your notes. So again, there's going to be 2 documents that you email me. One is going to be your final, and the other one is going to be your notes. All right, that's it for me. If you have any questions, comments, always email me. All right, thank you, and I hope you're all doing well, and stay safe and healthy, okay? All right, have a good day. Bye.